Felicitations, malefactors, and welcome back to more Cave Gameshire. So I've done some work over in Hereshire already, and I want to do a little bit more. Oops, I can't get outside the door. So this is gonna be a bit of a two-parter. There is a zombie spawner that is right next to where I'm building this lumberyard today. So I figured, why not put a shack on top of it? I didn't come up with the idea. I think Arcrid came up with that, and I think it's a good idea. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with that. It's over, or the build site is going to be over on the other side of the mine here. I know this map's a little outdated, but I don't have a current up-to-date copy of it. So, yeah, it's going to be around the side of this hill. I'm just going to extend the pathway out there, so essentially it just kind of curves around there. There's an entrance to the mine there, and then, so on and so forth. The area is very flat. It is, unfortunately, fairly dark, and there's a bunch of repeating chunks over there. Cool. So I'm going to go ahead and meet you over at the build site. All right, we're over at the build site here. So this is on the other side of the hill. You can see the town hall's tower in the distance over there. This is a relatively flat area that I found. I did have other sites in mind, but this really shows the importance of like physically going out and scouting out a location, just doing a quick land survey. Because initially when I looked on the map, I didn't see this location, but I happened to just wander through this area and was like, yo, this is perfectly flat enough, and this has pretty much exactly what I need. The zombie spawner is located under here, I believe. So I'm going to put a shack on this, and that's going to act as the entrance to the zombie farm that I will build after this. That will only provide too many resources for right now, just feathers until like beta 1.8. And even then, rotten flesh has no use until trading is introduced in release 1.3. But I guess, in the meantime, it can serve as a source of feathers for however useful that is. Maybe even later I can convert it into like a semi-automatic XP farm whenever experience is added. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to remove all these trees here. Ironically enough, this is going to be a lumberyard. Torch the area around it because this is very much not safe. Yeah, like I would get blown up more than I did last time. And then I'm going to just fill in that lake here and bring that up to be level with this and probably remove some of that. Give myself a little bit extra land area. Yeah, just making more land area for me to use. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and just flatten this thing, and then I will begin building. I will see you after that. Well, that construction didn't take too long. The most annoying part was probably setting out the entire like wall structure and getting that like, properly spaced out and everything. I did decide to not include the zombie house that would go down to the farm because I just didn't really feel like it fit, and plus I could just make it over here separate to the side and just run a small pathway off to it. I'm going to do that a later time though. I don't really want to do that right now. But yeah, this thing looks fairly good, I'd say. There is a little bit of abstraction going on here with the sawmill. I did try to make it, I guess, semicircular, but every time I did that, it just wasn't to scale, and it kind of looked ridiculous given the size of everything else around here. So I think just having blocks of iron makes the most sense. It's probably too expensive for what it is, but, I don't really care. I can just get more iron. And then, these are logs, and these are like banded down straps of wood. So I think next I'm either going to remove a bunch of islands from the Western Waterway here, or I'm going to carve out this northern channel here. I'm not sure which I'm going to do yet, but the primary reason I'm going to do that is because running low on dirt. I've been using a lot of dirt to either do some landscaping, like for these projects, or just in general around the residential part of the town, because there's a lot of beaches that we're working on removing very slowly. It's taken us like months to do this. Yeah, so I'll make a decision on which one I'm going to do next, and then I'll go about working on that. But that's about it. I'll see you next time. Take care.